Hi, I'm Sara from sewingmastery.com, and we're going to change things up just a little bit. We're in the middle of filming a brand new serger, the Husqvarna Viking Amber S 100 serger. So pretty fun serger. It's easy to thread, and I can't wait to show you all the stitches it can do, everything about the accessory feet, and go through all the stitches, how to thread it, how to troubleshoot, and even how to adjust tensions. So what we've done is broken this down into a couple parts. So if you go through all the videos that we have 6 parts that you can work yourself through. You will master this serger yourself. So you're going to see me starting by opening it up and getting it out of the box and getting excited about starting to work through all the lessons. So we've kind of got a getting started lesson. Then we're going to do cleaning, oiling, and a hint on thread selection, like which threads you need. Then we're going to go into threading, tensions, and needles. We're going to get into all the overlock settings, so like your stitch length, your differential feed, how to adjust the cutting knife. Those will all be kind of grouped together. We're going to do all the overlock stitches, 2 thread, 3 thread, 4 thread, and then do some decorative stitches and optional accessory feet. So you know what accessories you can be looking for to add to this serger. So at any given time, there'll be links in below the video to get you to the playlist, or if you're looking for one particular grouping of videos, that will help you find what you're looking for. So with no further ado, let's get started and see how this wonderful serger works and if it's the right serger for you. So watching the first couple groupings of videos will help you understand what this serger is all about. So if you are making a decision on whether to purchase this machine, these videos will also help you. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Sara from sewingmastery.com, where we take sewing machines and sergers, open them up, and do a video on every page of the manual. In this box, there is a Husqvarna Viking Amber S 100 serger. So this is a nice basic serger, but with all the features that I love to find on any new serger you might be upgrading to. So number one, those loopers where you have to do the threading, the whole front of the serger opens up, so it's really easy to get in, and we're going to show you how to thread this serger the most efficient way. We're going to show you the things to do with a serger, things to do that you don't want to do with a serger, how to keep it clean. We've got a cleaning and maintenance video that we'll be doing, and then this is also a 2 thread, 3 thread, and a 4 thread. So we're going to go through all the different stitches that this machine can do, how to set them up, and what they're supposed to look like when you stitch them. We're going to talk about quality thread, needles, and the accessories that come with this. So I'm going to open a brand new one here so you can see exactly what comes with this particular serger and how easy it is if you ever need to repack it. It's actually quite easily done. And so I hope you'll check out all the videos that we do. If this is a serger you're considering purchasing, that you can watch through and see, oh yes, that would be the serger that would be right for you and what you're doing. And but you will always be able to come back and review. Just make sure you watch them all if you want to really master this machine inside and out. So on the top, I do see just a quick little dust cover and a quick start guide. So just something, a small booklet. But you know what? With these videos, we're going to help explain all the steps that are here. Oh, wait, I see a quick guide and the user's guide. So you don't have to print this off. It's actually in there. It just kind of felt like it was only one. So there's both items. Along the side, we do have a trash, kind of a thread collector, because as you cut stuff off, I love that this will just hook onto the front, but real easily remove when you want to get in and change threads or clean it or whatever you need to do on the inside. Foot control and power cord, and then along the other side here is all the some of the extra accessories. So I'm going to go through these in our accessory video. And okay, one thing I like about these sergers is there is a handle built into the machine. So I know some people bring it into class and they're like carrying it. I'm like, do you know you can just slip your hands in here and then carry it in just like that. So you're like lifting the whole entire machine. So if you haven't seen that before, that's where your hand actually goes. We have a serger that's actually even pre-threaded. So when you pull this out for the first time, if you want, you can easily tie on to these threads and pull it through as you kind of start to navigate what each thread is supposed to do. And one of the things we're going to talk about is that everything is color coded. So I'm going to be using different colors of thread in each of the areas. So when you see that my yellow thread is doing this or my red thread is doing that, you're going to be able to easily follow along. And I actually recommend that for everybody who takes a class for us for the first time, that you actually get to do just that, because then your samples are all going to match. So the next thing to do would be to bring the little thread stand all the way up. If there's threads on here you want to just go ahead and use, just make sure that they're not tangled up, and go ahead and plug it in, and you can do a little serging. But if you don't get it all perfect and need to follow along with the threading video, that will be the easiest way to not only learn about your serger, get it threaded. It's actually not that hard once you just take it thread by thread, and I'll be explaining all those steps along the way. So if you're ready to get started, this is a great machine for anybody who just needs a serger. It's going to be a heavy duty, so you could go through some thicker layers as well, and definitely keep up with some of those other creative options. Now, I also have a Craftsy serger class, and I'm not the only serger teacher on Craftsy. So we're going to be putting links below each of the videos of my favorite serger Craftsy classes, and that's a great place to start and to learn even more. There's some projects that are done in one of the classes. If you're looking for quick and easy serger projects, there's one of my favorites is in there for that. I've even done some of the projects from that particular course. But those are courses that you can either buy and keep, or you can do it like a kind of like a Netflix subscription where you just sign up for monthly access to all of Craftsy's classes, or you can actually just sign up for a couple months, watch the ones you want, and then in your subscription. So it's a monthly charge if you wish, or if you want to keep the classes that you want to reference later, you can just purchase the classes. So again, check out my Craftsy class. It's called Serger Solutions Troubleshooting Techniques. Say that 10 times fast. That was a mouthful when I was filming that course with them. But there's some wonderful other ones too. So if you're ready to get started, I can't wait to show you how easy the Husqvarna Viking Amber S 100 serger is to use, thread, and love. It's always exciting for me to start filming a brand new machine. And this is the Husqvarna Viking Amber S 100. So it's a super simple machine, and there's a few things on here that I absolutely love, such as when I open this up, I can open all of it up. So if you've ever said that sergers are hard to thread, this part here, opening up, is going to make it super easy. So we're doing videos on every page of the manual. So we're going to start by just talking about some of the accessories that come standard with this machine. And I'm going to leave this open because some of the accessories are right here in the front of the door. A few of these we're going to use throughout the videos, but it's always nice to kind of have a place that, you know, if there's a place to put it back, you usually do, and so that way you can find them at a later time. So one of the ones I'll be reaching in here often is just the standard screwdriver. Now this screwdriver is the one that's going to take the needles in and out, and on this serger there are 2 screws, one for each needle. Now I say that because there are sergers out there that just have one screw at the top, and so you loosen it and both needles will drop out if you're not prepared for it. So you're always kind of juggling needles and needing 3 hands. On this serger there are 2 screws. So there's your screwdriver that we'll be using for that. A cleaning brush, so we're going to do a whole video on how to clean and take care of this serger. And then right here is actually 2 items. One is actually for using this serger as a 2-thread serger, so you can do like a rolled hem instead of a 3-thread. You can do it with a 2-thread. It's much more delicate, great for lighter weight fabrics. And then this is also a smaller finger for when doing some of the narrower hems. So those have their own place so not to get lost. And since we're zoomed in, look at this. This little guy is a seam gauge that is and has its own little kind of part. So you can set it so you have a perfect perfect place to run your fabric and it stays consistent. I am going to take this off because I'm in and out of this serger so much that this actually gets in the way with all the videos that we're doing. So I'm going to set this aside, but just note that it just easily slips in and you'll probably like it left on your machine, helping you get the perfect seam allowance for the project you're working on. This serger does come with a little waste receptacle. It kind of slips in on the side here and then hooks into this silver little opening. Give it a good little push and it'll pop right in. Again, I'm going to be leaving this off because I'm in and out of this serger so many times. You can just lift it off, but when you're actually sitting down and serging, you are going to love not having all that mess just right here on the table, and then you can just easily empty this when it is full. Now, in the little zippered pouch that came with the serger, let's talk about what's in here. And I'm going to reach for what I am going to need first, and that is the pair of tweezers. So keep these handy. Between the tweezers, a small pair of scissors, and that screwdriver, those are always handy for when I'm threading the machine or assisting with getting needles in and out. This is a great tool. There's also a larger screwdriver in here that's going to take these larger screws out to get underneath the throat plate and to do a little cleaning, because sergers and fabric is just linty. You're going to want to get in and get that cleaned. We also have some spool caps and also some cone holders. So for example, when you are using a cone, you can put these up through the middle. So this is gonna get put onto the peg in the back, and then when it sits on here, it's not gonna wiggle around as much. So remember, you can push that all the way up as high as it'll go and help you with that. You can even turn these over and slide them up. They're actually, for this spool, I'm going to put the wider end in first to give it to stabilize and not wiggle around while I am serging. So you have 4 of those. These can be placed underneath smaller spools. I know they're clear. There they are. Underneath back here, and then you can make sure that they have a nice base. And then there are already some small spool caps on because there are some smaller threads that came with the serger when it came from the factory. So this would go underneath a smaller spool. This would go on top to hold it in place, and that would be for using smaller spools that you can do. So we'll talk about that throughout the videos as well. You do have a pack of needles that come with this machine. They are set up for the overlock ELX705, and that's specific for this machine. But I will tell you, you can use needles that are from your soy machine. So those needles will also fit in this serger and do just fine. So if you're looking for a denim needle, you can use a denim needle. If you're looking for a stretch needle, you can pick a stretch needle, ballpoint needle, and such. So just note that you can use the needles from your sewing machine in this serger. You also have a wrench, and this will assist for taking the bolt off that would replace the knife. So there is an extra knife in here. So knives, let's talk about this. So if you're working on fabrics that are more natural, like cottons or denim, things that aren't polyester and fleece, your knife is going to last a long time. You start working on some of the polyester or man-made fibers, eventually your knife is going to go dull and you have a spare. And it's really easy. You just look at where it is now, and then you take that one off and then put the new one on. You throw them away. Make sure you pick up a new one at your local Husqvarna Viking store, and then you always have the replacement for when you need it down the road. So I'm going to leave those in my little zippered bag. And then we also have some thread nets. Now, I know these always come with sergers, but tell you the truth, okay, so tell you what they're used for. You slide them over a spool. It is meant for where the thread would kind of fall off and puddle at the bottom. It kind of helps them stay contained. Honestly, when I use good quality thread, I don't have that issue of it falling off the spool. So I'm rarely using these. So these are probably going to just always stay pretty fresh and brand new. But keep them close by. You never know if you have a spool that's just acting a little weird. You can kind of slide that. Think of it like pantyhose for thread, and slide it over the top of it, and then it will contain it so it doesn't do that. All right. A couple things for documentation that came in the little bag. You do have a dust cover. So I would recommend covering up your serger, especially if you are in an area you leave the doors open a lot, there's a lot of dust, or if you have pets. And that'll just keep the pet hair and other things from drifting into the open areas of the serger and keep it just nice and pretty for when you are using it. And then here are the simple quick start page for how to get your serger threaded quickly. So this is always helpful. And then just the basics of the manual. So pictures and what everything is. We're going to go through this and I'll explain all the stitches. This is a page that will be helpful because it's got like how to put threads in, what settings you're going to use, and give you a nice ballpark for tensions and such. So we're going to do all those. So hopefully if you have more questions, check out the videos that we have done on this machine. We'll put links below to the complete playlist, and you'll have all the videos at your fingertips, and you can reference those at any time. If you go through all the videos, you will master this machine from start to finish. Do every step I do, and you will know this machine inside and out. So when I opened this serger up, all I had was just the user's guide, which, by the way, if you don't have this or you lose it, you can go to Husqvarna Viking's website and print this off yourself or view it online. What I seem to be missing in the box was my warranty information. But again, if you go to HusqvarnaViking.com, you can register your serger. And I'm 99% sure that it is the same warranty as some of our other sergers of the same caliber, which would be a 5-year mechanical warranty and a 1-year electrical warranty. So just work through your local Husqvarna Viking retailer that you bought it from. If you have any problems, a lot of times their 1-year service warranty or coverage will help you make sure that everything is working perfectly, and if it's not, they'll know when to take care of a warranty part issue. At any given time, your local store is the place to go for questions and service work. Don't forget, have your machine serviced once a year, and it is guaranteed to last you a long time. Coming up next, we're going to get into part 2, where we're going to talk about cleaning, oiling, and good quality threads, and selecting threads that are really going to make a difference for all your serger projects. Make sure you check out the links below if you want to jump ahead to some of our other videos. And also, we've got links to thread to purchase that is going to make a huge difference for when you are doing all the fun things that you have planned for your serger. Make sure you check out all the links below. We have links for thread, needle threaders, and my favorite serger Craftsy classes that will help you go even above and beyond just learning how this machine works and putting it into practice into actual serger projects. I hope you'll check them all out, and let's get ready for that next lesson.